Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of my free-to-play to bond series. This is going to be the finale of my 4-part series. We will or should be able to buy a bond at the end of this episode. So we finished off last time by buying a ton of elemental runes from the Varrock magic shop. Now we have sold all of them off. It takes maybe a day or two, so you want to do this overnight. But in total we have 1.8 mil, so we need another 1.5 mil more or less to be able to afford a bond because they're around 3.2 mil right now. What we're going to be doing next is mining some gold ore. We have 40 mining, so we can mine it, but we cannot wield the rune pickaxe yet, which is kind of vital. So we're going to go ahead and buy a runite pickaxe. We're going to mine gold ore until we get 41. We'll switch over to the runite pickaxe and then just keep mining for profit. We're going to be doing this in the crafting guild, so there is a requirement there. Now there are two requirements to get into the crafting guild. For one, you will need 40 crafting, which we did get in the last episode. The second requirement is a brown apron, which you can buy directly off the Grand Exchange or from the clothing shop in Varrock. It's located a bit south of Falador and it's not very close to a bank, unfortunately. However, it has like 8 gold rocks, which makes it the best place to mine gold ore by far. And even in free-to-play, there's often free world because bots will get banned before they get 40 crafting often. So most of the players in here will be legitimate players with some bots sprinkled in. So we're going to go ahead and find a free world, and then we're going to go ahead and mine all the way to 41 mining, and then we can switch over to the runite pickaxe. Now I am going to be banking in Falador. Unfortunately, this bank sign here is only available to members, but you can bank in Falador or you can bank at the deposit box east of Remington. They're about the same amount of running, so it doesn't really matter too much. There we go. There is 41 mining. We can now wield the rune pickaxe. It's about 20,000 coins on the Grand Exchange, but it's definitely worth switching over to. It'll increase your mining speed very substantially. So now we're going to go ahead and mine gold ore for maybe an hour and see how much money we'd make here. Alright, so we ended up mining gold ore for just over an hour, and we got 277 gold ore, which is going to be around 100k. So it's probably worse than iron overall, but it's way more consistent. There are way less people in the crafting guild mining compared to the Remington mine or the South Varrock mine. It takes a lot longer to mine the rocks, and it's worth about 3 times more. I would probably do this method for mining if I was going to stay in free-to-play for a long time, because it is more AFK and just less stressful to do and way more consistent. Alright, so the next method we're going to do is buying feathers from the Ports of Rim fishing shop. It's a very easy method to do. What you want to do is end up just buying 50 of the feather packs. They're in full stock. You will be paying between 200 and 250 coins. Unfortunately, someone bought that at the exact same time, so it's not a good example. We'll hop to another world quickly. But then all you have to do is left click on it once, and it will open the feather packs very slowly. Now you can click on them and open them quicker. However, it's much more AFK just to click on them once, as the feathers in the feather shop will respawn at a very similar rate to how it automatically opens. So if you did happen to click them all open quicker, you would have to hop worlds or else risk spending more money than you wanted to. So we'll just go ahead and hop to another world quickly. So let's go trade Garant, and he has 100 in stock. So at max it costs about 200 coins, and when you buy out 50 of them and we recheck here, it'll be 246 coins. So you're going to be profiting between 50 and 100 GP per pack that you open, since the packs contain 100 feathers and they sell on the Grand Exchange for 3 coins each. So it's a very good method. We're going to go ahead and spend all 500,000 coins here, and we'll see how much money we end up making. Alright, so that took about 1 hour, and we got 216k feathers, which we can sell for 3 GP each. We'll get around 650,000 coins, and we spent about 500,000, so about 150k an hour for a very AFK method. The one issue here is the feathers can take a while to sell. You have to sell them overnight or over the course of a day. But if you just have some extra cash laying around and you don't need it, a very easy method to make some money in free-to-play. So we're going to go ahead and teleport to the Grand Exchange, and we'll sell off some of our items. Alright, so we're back at the Grand Exchange. We're going to go ahead and pop the feathers in for 3 coins each. So 655k is what we can sell them for, so 150k in profit. Now the next method I want to try here is actually filling up empty bowls. I bought the bowls for about 37 GP each, and the best place to fill them up is actually in Lumbridge in the PvP world. The reason for that is in the PvP world there's an extra bank right in the center of Lumbridge where you would teleport into, and from there it's very close to run to a water source. So the bowls are worth 37 when they're empty, and they're worth about 60 when they are full. So you're getting about 23 GP in profit per bowl that you fill. Now they fill very quickly, but I wouldn't say this is probably more than 75k to 100k an hour. But depending on the prices of the bowls, they can sometimes be worth a lot of money. So from here we need to switch to the free-to-play PvP world. Now be careful that you don't run away from this center area. You are safe right where you spawn, but once you leave the castle, people can attack you. And if you forget that you're in a PvP world and you withdraw stuff from your bank, you might lose it. So you want to switch out of here as soon as you're done. So from here, we're just going to run up to the fountain and use the bowl on the fountain. So you can see how quickly it's filling up. It's like 3 or 4 every second pretty much. So a full inventory will run you maybe about 1,000 coins in profit or maybe 800 coins in profit. The price check is not going to show it very accurately because it does not log what the prices of the filled bowls are correctly. It's showing it at 37, but right now it's actually worth about 60 because I checked on the Grand Exchange. So we're going to go ahead and fill all 2,000 bowls and then we will go sell them back. Okay, so we ended up finishing up all 2,000 of the bowls. The feathers have not sold all yet, unfortunately, but they'll get around to doing that, hopefully. Okay, so we're going to get some cash out to quickly price check the bowls quickly. So again, we bought the empty bowls for 37 GP, and we're going to sell the bowls of water somewhere around 60, I believe. So we'll hit confirm, and sold for 63. Not the best, but whatever, we'll go ahead and sell it. It'll still be a 40,000 coin profit. However, that did take me close to an hour, so I wouldn't recommend doing this unless the price difference is higher in the future, but still worth checking. Okay, now it's time to try a completely different method. So what we're going to be doing here is buying 500 law runes, and it is going to involve the telekinetic grab spell, but we are going to be telekinetic grabbing a different item. What we're going to be doing is telegrabbing the nature runes by the demonic ruins in the wilderness. I will leave a map on screen how to get here. It's in the very far northeast of the wilderness, so it'll take a while to get there. Alright guys, we made it. The quickest way here is honestly just to run. It'll take you a few minutes. The good thing here is there's no need to bank. However, it is a risk of dying. People do PK here. However, in free-to-play, it's very easy to get away. So what I've brought is an inventory of wines, 500 law runes, or in this case, I'm going to bring 250 just to be safe, and a staff of air. In this island filled of lava, there's actually 2 nature rune spawns. One's for a spawn of 3 nature runes and one's for a spawn of 4. So for every 2 casts, you're going to be using 7 nature runes and only using 2 law runes, which means you're going to profit sometimes 2,000 coins for casting those 2 abilities. And from here, you're just going to hop to another world. It's really easy to do. You're going to get decent magic experience, honestly, and probably 200,000 to 250,000 coins an hour. But you will have to bank. And now it kind of comes down to how much you want to risk. You could stay here for the full hour, but then you would risk dying with your entire stack of nature runes or law runes, or you could bank more frequently. However, the time to get back here is quite high. It'll probably take you 10 minutes to bank because you have to run down into the wilderness before you can teleport back to Varrock, and then from there you have to run all the way back up here. One thing if I didn't mention earlier is you should bring a Varrock teleport, and yeah, you're going to be cycling through the worlds. Every world will get you 7 law runes, so from 500 law runes, I should be getting around 1,600 to 1,700 nature runes, assuming I don't lose too many of my items. So let's go ahead and do it. So we ended up losing a few nature runes, about 150, unfortunately, but that's still 1,610 nature runes we have to sell, which should sell for around 500,000 coins. And I only bought the law runes for 150,000 coins. That's about 350,000 GP in profit we got from this, and this probably took me an hour and a half. Now, I did get attacked quite a few times, but you just have to run away with the wines. It's very hard for people to kill you in free-to-play, especially assuming you have over 20 or 30 health, because the max hit in free-to-play for magic is, I don't know, probably like 15 to 20 is the maximum you're ever going to be able to do, and that's still probably unlikely. So once again, we're going to go ahead and telegrab Wines of Zamorak in the wilderness. We are getting very close to a bond now, so I'm going to go ahead and buy about 400 more law runes. They're still around 300 GP each, but the prices of the Wines of Zamorak have gone back up to about 1.8k each, so it's still going to be around 200k an hour, assuming that nothing terrible happens. We'll go ahead and claim our bowls of water as well as the law runes with the collect button, and we'll be up to about, well, around 2.4 or 2.5 mil right now, but once we go ahead and telegrab 400 Wines of Zamorak, we should be close to 3 mil. So we're going to go into the wilderness and get that started. So we are back from the wilderness. This took about 2.5 hours. It was very slow because, for one, I died once and I was not paying attention too much overall, but we did end up getting 376 wines. We're also going to sell off a few other random items in our bank because we are getting very close to a bond, and the price of a bond is very cheap right now. It's down to like 3.4 mil. So if we can get it sooner rather than later, we'll save a lot of money because sometimes bonds go up to 4 mil, so that would save a lot of time. Now we're still trying to sell off the feathers. It's been like 12 hours so far. It's just a slow process, so we're going to go ahead and claim everything, and we're at 2.7 mil, so we only need another about 500k or so. So we're going to go ahead and do a few last methods here just to get us the last 300 or 400k. and then we should be pretty much good to buy a bond. This very well may be the very last moneymaker of this series. What we're going to be doing is creating soft clay. Is not great money per hour right now. It's maybe 75k an hour. All you will need is buckets of water and regular clay. By combining them together, you're going to profit between 30 to 50 GP, really depending on the prices. Right now I'm using buckets of water, but you can also use jugs of water. However, the buckets will sell more afterwards because you will still retain the bucket once you use it on the clay, so it's better off to buy buckets right now. All we need to do is draw 14 regular clay and 14 buckets of water, use them together, and we will be creating soft clay. And then you hit all and it will do it automatically. It's very AFK. 6,000 is going to take at least a couple hours. Hopefully by then our feathers will have sold off and we'll be able to buy a bond at last. Okay, I am not convinced that that was worth my time. We ended up just getting so impatient we sold the feathers for 2 GP each because the bond has come down to about 3.2 mil or even 3.1 mil. So we may even be able to afford it right now. We did do all of the soft clays, which we sold for 744k plus 36k. So in total we sold them for 780k and we bought all the ingredients. What was it for? 504k plus. Okay, so we made about 240k in about 2.5 hours. Not my favorite method, but we did make some money with it. Once we claimed the feathers, we're at 31.85k, so almost 3.2 mil. We're gonna go ahead and try to buy a bond for this price. If we can't afford it, we're just gonna do some other random thing for half an hour and see if we can get enough money to afford the bond. So 31.85k, can we afford an Oldschool Runescape bond? Doesn't look like it. Oh, that sucks. There we go, guys. We bought the bond for 31.93k. We ended up just selling a few more things in the bank. We had some iron arrows and just some other stuff, and apparently that was enough to buy a bond. Wait, what the hell happened? We bought it for 31.37. That is really weird. I guess it must have dropped down just as I put the offer in. But yeah, we ended up getting a bond for just over 3 mil, which is very cheap. If you're looking to do this, I would do this now because the bonds have gone up to about 4.5 mil in the past. They have been cheaper, but I don't think they're going to get any cheaper than around 3 mil. So that is it, guys. That is our 4-part series on how to earn a bond. And what am I going to do with this bond? I am going to be redeeming it on a fresh account, and I'm going to show you guys how much easier it is to renew a bond in pay to play. So stay tuned for that. If you're looking forward to that, don't forget to leave a like on the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the series. I definitely enjoyed making it. I will see you in the pay to play 2 bond series. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.